Okay, I'm going to show you the Pallof press in the half kneeling position. The Pallof press is an anti-rotation exercise, so it's designed to strengthen the core muscles to prevent and control rotation through the body. So what you're going to need is you're going to need some kind of resistance band, and you want it to have it anchored somewhere pretty solid, so that the strap is about chest height once you're in the kneeling position. And because we're kneeling, I'm going to recommend that you place something underneath your knees just to protect the kneecap, okay? So once we get into that half kneeling position, we're going to have that strap up against our chest and we're going to press out. But before we kind of start into the press, I want to talk about alignment. So I'm going to give you a side view. So once we get in that half kneeling position, I'm going to really recommend that you try to keep the knee over the ankle. That will help maintain your base of support so you're not too wobbly in this position. If it's too close to your body, you're going to find that you're going to be focused a little bit more on balance than necessary. So let's try to keep the knee over the ankle by keeping that 90-degree bend. The goal for alignment when you're doing this exercise is you want to make sure that the head is completely over the shoulder and the torso and over the hip and the pelvis. What we want to avoid while doing this exercise is if there's an excessive anterior tilt of the pelvis. So you see how I'm just kind of leaving my pelvis and my butt just kind of hanging out in the back behind me. And another common postural issue that people have is that they're letting their rib cage thrust forward too much, like they're almost squeezing together their shoulder blades too much to exaggerate their posture. But you can kind of see that when I do that and I thrust my ribs forward, that now there is too much of a large arch in my low back, which is not what we want. So we want to keep the ribs down and the butt under us so that we have that kind of nice straight neutral alignment. If you're having difficulty finding this alignment in just a upright vertical position, what can help is just kind of think about how would I position myself if I were to get tackled right now. So I wouldn't just take it by being straight upright if someone's about to tackle me. I almost want to have a slight forward lean, which will help me keep my rib cage lowered as you're doing this exercise. I would rather have you not be vertical, but you're still in alignment because you're not letting the rib cage flare out, than to try to be vertical, but be too curvy in the spine. So now that we talked a little bit about alignment, we'll go right into the press. So in that position, you're going to start with the strap close to your chest. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep that core engaged. And as you're pressing out, you're going to exhale. So as you're pressing out, you'll start to feel that the band wants to pull you to turn you. The goal is a resist to turn. And also be careful as you're pressing out that you're not letting your shoulders hike up. Keep them down and stacked so that your core can keep itself engaged a little bit better. So that's going to be our Pallof press in our half kneeling position. You're going to want to do the prescribed number of repetitions on one side, and then you have to flip and do the other side, because now we have to challenge rotation on the other side of the body. All right, and again, that is our Pallof press in half kneeling position.